Hello, my friends. How you doing? I am out sick from work today, and I'm totally tired. But I was so excited to make this video that I just woke up from a little nap, and now I'm making it. So hi. Why am I making this video? You can see I've got in the lower right that this is my new toy. Say hello to the classic, vintage Roland M-32 was it Midi sound module. I just got this a couple of days ago. This is from the late 80s. This is the original model. This is what they call the old model. Now, hang on. I'm gonna change something a little bit here. 1 second. I'm gonna turn the exposure down. Yeah, so the display is a little easier to read. I just wanted you to see that. Now you can see that the thing has a small display. It's also got a little MIDI message light right there. Now, why is this neat? Because you can get a thing like Munt to emulate having an M32, but uh, after seeing Joe from the Upper Memory Block podcast, he has one, and he uses it for I think Day of the Tentacle. I had to have this. Um, I had because I remember back in the late '80s and early '90s, this thing was like a unicorn. You know, this thing was very rare to have, and so certain games sounded amazing with this. And so after a lot of tweaking, to get this working, it took like a million years because of my weird sound card. But I finally got it working, and I wanted to show you some games that it worked with, and like the differences between like the Sound Blaster slash AdLib, and how this sounds. So I'm going to show you a couple of games that use this right off the bat, and you'll see in a moment, hopefully, why I have the LCD showing like I do. So let's start with this one. Let's start with some star control here. Look at that. Look at that. How neat is that, right? How neat is that you see the instruments it's choosing, you see which channels it's choosing to use. See, that's a mallet marimba. Isn't that neat? I think it's neat. So here's another game that uses it right off the bat. Oh. Hang on a second. No. I thought I told this not to use full screen. I apologize. So, no, I do not. 3, Roland. Oh, this is F-117 Stealth Fighter 2. It's kind of Top Gunny, kind of Danger Zoney. How great is that? Like, wow. Like, this is authentic, classic. Oh yeah. And did you see how it like said the stealth fighter thing, like on the display there? Did you see that? That was awesome. Okay, let's quit out of this. Yes. Okay. Now the real reasons I got this thing was for Wing Commander 1 and 2. But here's the funny thing: for Wing Commander 1 and 2, you can't just set DOSBox to use the Midi thing. And saying DOSBox to use the Midi thing is a bit funky, um, because first you have to find out which number the mixer is. So if you do a thing, I think it's list MIDI. So it's mixer / list MIDI. See, this is the M32 right here via USB MIDI cable that hooks directly up to the unit and then to your USB. So you have to change that in DOSBox in the DOSBox configuration. No. Hang on. See, yeah. So here's the DOSBox configuration file, conf, conf, and you find MIDI config, and you change it to the number. You change it to the number that that DOSBox just showed you. So you gotta fit. It's a little tweaky. So that's the normal DOSBox, but you gotta also do that with GOG games. You gotta do that with their own DOSBoxes, but because they each include DOSBox on their own, so you gotta do that with each individual GOG game as well. But with Wing Commander, it's a little funky. With Wing Commander, you gotta go find the CFG file. You see that wingcommander.cfg, and you gotta open that. What the hell is all that, right? Well, apparently this code right here is telling the game to use AdLib, to use Sound Blaster / AdLib. So when you do that, it sounds like this. Yep. This is coming through the Sound Blaster emulation. Bam, 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 bam. All right. So you just heard how probably a lot of us grew up listening to that intro theme directly through just the primary sound card Sound Blaster AdLib. But now, if you go into hang on. If you edit the config file, which is what I did here, and I made a new one, you change this to R. You change that other crap to R. So you change to this stuff. That tells it to use the Roland MT-32 down there. So I have both of these just to show the difference. So let's change that. Then we'll change that. And now you'll see the yeah, look, Origin Sound System. Look at that! Exclamation point. You'll hear the difference in a second. Come on, man. Oh my god. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds... Oh. Bow, 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 bow. Like, how much more awesome did that sound? Now, I think it had like a weird thing because it didn't use all the sounds for the MT-32. Um, but Wing Commander 2 sounds even better. So, as you can see, I have the original and the new one here, the config file. Again, R, that tells it to use Roland. So, let me first, we'll show you how the original sounds. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. Yep. Not bad, right? Okay, sure, not bad. That's again what probably a lot of us grew up with. But now, let's kick this into high gear. Origin sound system. Look at that. A little light blinky blink, 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 blink. Come on, man. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm upset because I got no sleep last night. I don't know what happened. Not sure why it's quieter. But anyway. How much better does that sound? All right, now the primary reason I got this thing, this this thing here, was for TIE Fighter because I saw that it was compatible, and y'all know how much I love TIE Fighter. It's one of my top 3 games, like my trifecta of Free Space 2, TIE Fighter, and Starflight. Best space games ever. And so the nice thing about this version is, this is the collector's version, you could change these settings right from this nice little this nice little program. So we're gonna set the sound card, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So let's change this to. That's what a lot of us got, you know. That's what a lot of us got when we had the Sound Blaster. It used AdLib. But this game also has, you know, Roland compatibility. Did you hear that? But it also has General Midi, which sounds even a little better. And this also uses the Roland. So even if you select General Midi or Roland, you will get slightly better sound. So let's do this. Exit. This is using the AdLib. Oh, I don't have a joystick plugged in. Whoops. Oh well. I should do that. Hang on. Alright. Okay. So, now let's change it to Roland. How cool is that? Alright, so we're going to quit, and then we're going to start the game. Oh, yeah. Yes! That's
the Empire.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Alright, and one more. We'll do the General Midi now. So you can see what that sounds like. You can hear, what that sounds like. Oh, is yep. This is weird. I think it's because I think it's because the M32 doesn't have all the sounds. Wow. It's like TIE Fighter Unplugged. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely fixing that. So Roland's the way to go with this one. Damn. So yeah, I am very giddy about this. Sure, not every game is going to use it, but I do play a lot of older games, so it's nice to have the option to use this vintage piece of hardware. This is probably the oldest piece of hardware I own now, older than my keyboard. Because my keyboard, which if you don't know, I've got one of these guys right here, is classic IBM Model 10. The keyboard is from 1991. This is from 1998 or 99. This bad boy right here. So this is probably the oldest working piece of computer equipment I own now. But after getting it to work and after hearing what TIE Fighter and Wing Commander and all those sound like, I'm just giddy to have this classic vintage piece of technology to use when I play games for you guys for future videos. So I just wanted to. I'm so giddy. I need to make a video about it. I hope you don't mind. I hope someone finds this interesting. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching, friends, and I'll see you for whatever.